Hey guys, this is Elnaaz Norouzi, the Traitor. I've been meaning to do this since a very long time, doing this whole story time, and I've been wanting to do YouTube videos since a very long time, and I am so happy that Traitors is making me do it, finally. I have a couple of topics that I want to talk about when it comes to the Traitors, but today I'm starting with the secret mission in episode 4. And the reason I'm doing this is because I obviously knew everything that was going on, and I also knew how much we shot. And then you see the edit and you realize, oh, it's just a little part of it, right? Obviously, because they can't put the whole thing in there. But I thought it would be probably interesting to talk about it and to tell you guys what actually happened. Right? I've been contemplating whether I should do this in English or if I should do this in Hindi, and I still don't know because I have such a big audience that only speaks English, and then I have this amazing audience that also loves my Hindi. But since India is such a big and diverse country and has a lot of different languages, and I'm sure a lot of people probably don't understand Hindi, I'm going to do this in English, but I'm going to use my words, Hindi words beach mein, which I usually do in day-to-day life as well anyway. Okay, so let's get started. It's the 4th episode. We wake up and just like always, we get down to the palace. Everyone starts talking and whatever. And then they ask me inside for the video diaries. Those are called video diaries, right? And then there's a letter. I open the letter and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I realize it's a secret mission for the Traitors, and that's our first secret mission for the Traitors, right? And there are only 2 traitors left. It's me and Purav. I read it. It's saying we have to find these axes which have a mark on it, okay? Because there were many in the whole palace. We needed to find 3 that had the mark on it and put it in that box in the other room. That room also was one of the rooms which we were not hanging out in much. Me going in there a lot would have created a lot of questions for the other players. So, okay, I'm getting to that. Anyway, in that moment, I was thinking, okay, challenge, very good. And I love challenges, okay? I love challenges. My whole life is a challenge. Me being in India is a whole challenge. So I see that, I'm like, okay, I gotta speak to Purav. We got to find a way and da-da-da-da. So I did go out and I did try and sit next to Purav. I did try and find a way to speak to Purav and be like, you know, kaise karenge, kya karna hai, kya soch rahe ho, you know, because I thought it's a mission for both of us, and I'm not going to just go and do it alone without speaking to him, right? It just wouldn't be right. And then I realized, okay, Purav is not he's not talking to me, and I have to be very careful about it. So I was like, you know what, Elnaaz, just do it. Just get it done, because now is the time. And later, if you can't do it, then it's done. Because I also knew we don't have much time, because we usually don't stay down there for too long. We leave for the mission very early in the day, because the missions take a lot of time and a lot of energy. So then I was thinking, what can I do so that the players don't suspect me constantly going up and down in this palace by myself, because I can't even have anyone else do this with me, right? Usually we talk to each other, walk around, whatever. I can't go with the innocent and walk around and look at those axes, right? And I couldn't do it with the traitor because my fellow traitor wasn't talking to me. So I was like, what do I do? The day before, I was wearing sunglasses, my Louis Vuitton white sunglasses that were they're very special. So they're so in the eye that everybody saw them. And some of the people were also like, oh, we really love your sunglasses. So I knew they remember that. So when I came down, I was just like, I'm so upset with the production. They're really on my last nerves. They're losing everything. They have lost my Louis Vuitton sunglasses, you know? And everyone was just like, oh my God, you know? So it was justified for me to go around and constantly try and look for the sunglasses. So I went in there. I went to the other room where we're not hanging out much, and I looked at those axes, and I didn't see the nishana, you know, on them. Little did I know that I had to turn them and under it were those, those nishanas that, okay, these are the 2 axes or these are the 3 axes. So I'm like, okay, I couldn't find it there. So I go back to the other room where we were hanging out a lot because there were axes there as well. So when I went there and I turned it around and I saw one, I was like, oh, okay. So 1 is here. And then I had to go back to the other room and I realized, okay, there are 2 done. Now I know where they are. And then I was thinking, now, how do I carry this 1 axe from here to that room without anybody seeing it? Like, it's impossible. I can't put it in my pants because it was quite see-through. I was wearing those white cream pants. I can't put it in my shirt. Where am I going to put it? And why the hell am I carrying that axe across the, across the palace if anybody sees me? So I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm like, okay, I haven't eaten all day because I was usually fasting. I do intermittent fasting. So everybody knew I don't really eat much in the mornings. Also at breakfast, I wouldn't really eat. So I'm like, okay, I'm super hungry. I ordered food. The production got me food because when we would order food, they would give it to us, right? And I asked them to give me that tray. I didn't know if that tray is big enough for the axe. I just thought of that could be the only thing in that moment, okay? So I asked for it and it fit, right? So what I did is I made sure that I put it under the white cloth that was there so it's not visible. So when I'm carrying that, I can just say, oh, I'm going to eat. And hopefully no one's going to look into that tray, right? That's how I was just running. And then why am I going to that room where nobody usually hangs? Because this room is too cold and I'm always cold. And I don't want to eat here. It's super cold. So I'm going to that room. I successfully brought that axe from this room to the other room. I'm dying inside. I'm super pukish because I'm like, if somebody sees me now, my game is over right here, right now. Okay, I do that. I put it in there. Then I go and realize, okay, those 2 axes are there. Now, how do I carry those 2 axes to that box without anybody seeing me? Because the doors were glass doors. So if anybody would pass by, they would see me doing that. It was so stressful. I cannot tell you. It was one of the most stressful missions or situations in my entire life. But I was lucky because I found a time where everyone was still, just trying to figure things out, talking to each other and whatever. So I immediately did that. And then I took the food and sat down just to take a breather because I was like, okay, the job is done. And then I was like, shit, I can't sit here for too long because if Elnaaz is out of sight for too long, then what is Elnaaz doing for so long? I took the food, I went out and sat with Urfi and I was like, that room, the AC was entirely off now. So I was feeling hot. So I came out, I successfully did my mission. I had some of the food even though I wasn't really hungry. And I doubled the prize money. And for me, honestly, the most important was doing the missions and playing the game and doing it right, okay? For me, it wasn't just about me in this game. Honestly, it wasn't. I wanted to make the show interesting. I wanted to give the viewers something to see. And I'm so glad that I could successfully do that. Yeah, this is how it happened. And when Karan Ji then, after the mission, when he said, the traitors did this, and I was just in my mind saying, credit where credit is due, please. Madam Traitor did this on her own and almost died, And nobody suspected me after that also, because don't forget, in that house, everything you say, everything you do, are you inside, are you not inside, who are you talking to, who are you not talking to, is also very important. It all matters. So even if we would go for our video diaries, people would start talking to each other and saying, oh, this person is going for video diaries way too much. Probably it must be a traitor because they keep traitors in there for much longer, So these were all the things that were going on in there. And I had a lot, there was a lot, I was risking a lot, But what was fun is that even Purav didn't realize that I did this. I did this and no one knew. Again, I'm just not the type of person who doesn't like to do something. When I'm given a task, then I just want to try my best to do it, even if I don't manage to do it. But usually I manage to do it, because for me, there's no whether I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. For me, it's I'm going to get it done. In whatever way I have to get it done, I'm going to find a way and I'm going to get it done. So this is what I was thinking about the secret mission, and that's how I got it done. And I hope you guys enjoyed this super long video of me explaining how I did that secret mission in episode 4. And if yes, then just drop a yes or do more videos or whatever in the comments, because then I'm gonna tell you guys more about stuff that was going on in the Traitors and what else happened, because I have a lot of interesting stories. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for giving me all that love. The Traitors wasn't easy for me at all. It was very, very tough. It mentally challenged me, physically challenged me. Even as an actor, it was very challenging. I feel it was a role that I was playing almost 24 hours a day, and not like, action and cut, like how we shoot a film and it's a 10-minute scene even, and you finish it and you're done, I had to constantly pay attention to what I do and how I do it. Thank you for all the love.